My computer like lost connection, so it doesn't do the proper crap. Thank you, Becky. Yeah, my computer resets and it loses settings on everything, and it's really annoying. Welcome back, Elot. That's such a
A
long
lot
reverb.
joined. A lot.
I know, I saw. I'll shut up, Leah.
So yeah, last time we played, you guys were at a festival. You guys had some downtime, so
Is Autumn not joining us tonight?
Autumn is not joining us tonight. No.
Because her boyfriend's over.
Oh gosh.
No, he literally is. I didn't even know he was here until like 2 minutes ago.
Well,
And he's been here for like an hour.
So yeah, the last time you guys played, you guys were at a festival, having a good party, playing a good game, and you guys just spend the evening basically attending to your new dragon friend, buying him crickets, taking him to children plays, except for Tex, you spent time to go to an actual play and watch something that had actual meaning.
Yeah, I wanted to do something
I
fun.
don't. Yeah, Billy Beep Sheep was the character you guys or
Yeah,
the
there was
play
Billy
you
Beep.
watched.
I don't remember anything else.
Yeah. So you guys basically had some downtime. You spent that doing whatever you wanted to, and after that, you guys fast forwarded to the next day, or as we call it, slept. And what you guys end up, or what you guys are waiting for, is the leeway band to come over and dock into Hone, and then head over to the dig site, which I imagine you guys headed off to in the morning.
I suppose.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, so you guys spent the morning driving back. It's only like a 2-hour flight overall. Hone is a larger planet than usual, but with spacecraft.
Your mom's a large.
But with spaceships, it makes any flight a lot faster.
I'm hilarious.
At least you're happy. So, you guys, basically, you're back at the dig site. You probably meet up with Haas and them, just like, oh, hey, we're here. We're going to have a band coming by. They're going to stop by, say hi, hang out. Actually, this is Haas's first time meeting the dragon, right?
Yeah, it would be.
So you guys, like, Haas comes by. He always stops by and says hi whenever you guys come in. He like pops on the ship, sees how you doing, make sure nothing terrible drastic has happened. And he walks in. He basically goes, oh, welcome back. I wasn't expecting you guys here so soon. What can we help you with? And then the dragon, or his name aptly named Dragon, walks in, and he's just like, you have a dragon? Where did you find that?
Oh, you know.
We long story?
He's like, you have many of those, huh?
Too many.
Yeah.
Long story short, we went into a cave, killed a bunch of rats, and now we have a dragon.
That was a very short story, but all right. He looks over to Dragon. What's your name, fella? Dragon. He looks back at you guys.
The less you question, the better it gets.
All right, I can get behind that. He's like, well, I believe today is the day that the band Leeway is supposed to be here. We have everything kind of cleared up to a point that it's safe for any regular traveler to be in there. So feel free to hang out, do whatever you want. I'll be working in the tent if you need anything. And he walks off and heads off to his little tent to get back to some paperwork.
In the meantime, I don't have anything to do at the dig site. Anyone else?
Nope.
No.
Nap time number 5?
Nap time number 5?
Nap time
Oh,
number
another
5?
nap.
We nap again?
Well, you guys basically, you go out. If you guys walk around the dig site at all, it's very quiet right now. It seems to be like you're in your final stages of clearing things out and getting ready to leave. Things are very limited. It's very light here. It's not as active as it has been in the past. And you guys basically build it up, sit down, and then you get a message from, I imagine you, Capelia, you have like a little You know how like smartwatches pair to your phone and send your text messages to you?
Yeah.
You have something similar to that, but for your spaceship. So you get a message.
Smart ship.
You get a message that is from Leeway's band manager, essentially. They're the more like security guard. That dwarven man you met. That's gonna be very loud. Be careful. And what ends up happening is he just says, "Hello, we just docked in the capital of Hone. We'll be flying out your way very shortly." And you know it'll be about a 2-hour flight. So, you guys basically buckle up, kind of show Dragon around. He has a good time like looking at just different stone artwork, and he's like, "Whoa! How'd you carve stone? What? Did you guys build this?" Just like
Aw.
completely lost in the idea of this is very
Cute.
old stuff.
Cute.
He kind of just like looks around, having fun, running about this massive bridge-like structure.
Ursula.
Yeah, he's coming soon. And is there anything specific you want to show him? Anything you want to do, or should we just skip to when they arrive?
I can't think of anything else. No.
Yeah, so you guys kind of chilling out, and then you begin to see a spaceship, or some sort of flying craft going towards your dig site. This place is very like out in the middle of nowhere. It's like any other, to get to any place, you'd really barely cross over this desert area just because it's so near the equator, but not close enough to any of the artificial. Oh, what did I call it? Like the artificial ozone layer that's created to make the place livable, make home livable. So
Yeah.
it's just like it's very inconvenient for everyone involved. And so what ends up happening is you guys see the spacecraft coming in. It's not very big. It's not like your guys' old ship that was massive, meant for cargo and people transporting upwards of like 100 people. It is definitely like 10 people and some stuff max. A little bit smaller than your personal ship, a little bit bigger than just a cruiser or just something meant to go fast. You see it landing down next to where you guys parked your ship, and it opens up, and you see that you see the smaller dwarven man come out front, and then behind them the band Leeway. You have Vasilix leading, Yuffie behind him, and then Arcelus behind them. The Yuffie seems happy to be here, of course. Vasilix is like looking around, kind of beating the heat, and Arcelus looks like he's here. He's just like walking behind them.
Perfect. Let's go to meet them then, I guess.
Sure, yeah, you run up. Vasilix just greets you, basically goes like, "Hey, how's it going, everybody? Nice to see you again."
Good to see you too. Welcome to
Hello.
Hone.
Ah, thank you. This
Sure you've
desert
heard
planet
Much
is
about us.
very hot.
Yeah.
It'll do that.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
You know who else
yeah,
is
it's
very
hot.
hot?
I'd say that.
This lady over here pushes Kulana up.
Do you actually do that?
Yep.
How do you react to this, Kaylin? That's not a reaction. What do you do?
Just stands there like this.
So you push her towards Arcelus.
Yep.
Arcelus kind of just smiles at you like, I think we have something we have to talk about privately first.
Huh?
But there's not like a happiness to this. There seems to be something a little bit more sinister behind the thought.
Ah, frick, is the Goliath another another villain?
Another villain.
Nah, he's thinking about you in bed. Winking face emoji.
Is this just gonna become a dating sim? Is that what
Yeah.
this is
Wait,
gonna
was
become?
the-
Point.
Was the talk about me towards?
No, he seems to be addressing the group with
Oh,
this.
everyone. Okay.
He's like, is there somewhere
Gotcha.
private we can speak?
Yeah.
Yep, this way. Can
Alright.
we lean to like one of the empty research tents or something like
Sure,
that?
yeah. If you go into one, they seem to be up for show more than anything. You guys know Haas is planning to leave everything, but he's trying not to make it look too noticeable. So he has stuff in here, and there's some tables and chairs, but it's mostly empty. As you step inside, he basically sits you guys down, or he basically walks in. He's like, "So, when we were boarding here and we were going into Hone for the just entrance exam, basically, they stopped us for a prolonged period of time, more than typical. We've been to Hone a couple of times and we have our regular clearance, but they held us there for a while. and reading some of the files and items on their screen, they were monitoring our communication, what you guys sent to us out
Huh?
in space. They heard you speak of a dragon. They think this is a code word. They think it's a code name. They don't believe in an actual dragon.
Okay, well that's
Um,
good.
We've got two
They-
of them.
he looks over when you say that. Wait, two?
Yeah.
Oh, right. We didn't tell you about the second one, did we?
No, you only spoke
Can
of one.
Can we just kind of like motion dragon forward?
Yeah. Dragon was out on the spacecraft,
Oh,
your
Yuffie is
spaceship's
gonna love
sleeping,
Dragon.
and you kind of like call him in. And so again, Dragon's not small. He is like the size of a large dog, like a mastiff. Like he's not small. But when he comes in, Yuffie is like in shock. Vasilix is like just like, holy crap, that's a dragon. That's metal as heck. And
That's brutal.
Arcelus is like, yeah, you didn't lie. Okay. And he's like, well, I'd recommend keeping it out of the sight of anyone that is working for Hone, or maybe reveal it so they don't think you're working on some secret weapon that you nicknamed the dragon. They do know us. The Hone Council does know us because we've held some shows and had to file proper paperwork. So I think one of the reasons they think it's a secret name is because we're a band. We play music. They don't expect you to share your secret world dominating weapon with a band or any sort of like actual adventuring information. So I think they think it's a code name for something else. That you have two is very interesting. I don't know how you managed that. I have not seen a dragon in years, and let alone a dragon so young. Dragon just looks up and goes, "Yeah." Basically. He's like, though they are very cute.
Very.
Vasilix is kind of just like studying the dragon, like just like this
Lifts
is weird.
dragon's
Yeah,
wings.
kind of like messing around, lifting it. Yuffie is just on her knees, petting it like a dog, not even like
Aw.
paying any
Squishing the
mind.
face, like
Mhm.
just like.
And he doesn't mind. Arceus continues. They didn't really question us too closely, but what we were able to read off their screens when they were doing their search of our ship, making sure we weren't bringing in any weapons or whatnot, I was able to catch glimpses of information about this. They were trying to see if there was some sort of weaponry or special equipment that was being brought in, smuggled in by us for you. They are watching you, basically.
Ew.
We knew they had eyes on us, but
Yes,
didn't know
I
they'd go
imagine
as
you
far
would have
as to- Didn't know they'd go as far as to
bring someone else into it.
actually bring someone else into it. Yeah.
Yeah. That was our concern too. But I think what's going to happen is their heads are going to spin when they realize it's not a code word and you actually have a dragon.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a new one for them.
And at the same time, we shouldn't let them know that we have an actual dragon either.
I
like
think
the
it would be
code's
best if you
honestly
kept
a
the dragon a
Better
secret.
option.
What was that, Tim?
Honestly, I think the code name's like a better
Yeah, the code
alternative
name
to
is a
them
better.
knowing.
Yeah, keep
Let's
the
just
dragon a
keep-
secret with the code
keep
name of
code
it being a dragon. Very, very wise. They would never suspect a thing.
Big brain.
Vasilix goes, "Hey man, that sort of thinking is going to get you in the big leagues."
So this is obvious information we should relay to Haas.
If he's a part of this, yes, I would recommend it.
Would you guys be okay with keeping this our secret? Of course.
Yuffie's like, I'm not a good secret keeper.
Arcelus, can you do me? Yuffie, I love you. Arcelus, could you help?
Arcelus goes to speak, he's like, but Vasilix cuts him off. He's like, oh, we got you. No worries. No one's gonna hear about this, not one bit.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe you.
Arcelus puts a hand on his shoulders. I'll make sure that if anything gets out, it's gonna be an old sung song, so it seems crazy and outputting.
Thank you, Arcelus.
But we will not
Perfect.
plan on getting anything out there.
Thank you.
He squeezes Arcelus' shoulders, goes, isn't that, or Arcelus squeezes Vasilix's shoulder. It's
Isn't
like,
that right?
Isn't that right? He goes, yep, totally right. Mm-hmm.
Why
Perfect.
can I picture Vasilix? Vasilix is a human.
Vasilix is human, yes.
Yeah. All I can. I
He's
actually.
like a scrawny white boy.
I can actually honestly see him as Eddie from Stranger. Like I can see him be like
No.
overly over the top,
A little bit, but
skater boy looking.
more
motherfrickin'
punk.
metal
Yeah.
looking.
Yep. And then so he's like, well, we came here to be shown around and shown a dragon. So half of it's done. What about the rest of the area? Yuffie stands up like, yeah. What do you guys have? What's going on here?
Oh,
Excitable.
I guess who would have the
And-
best like kind of like know-how of the facility? I guess it would be Zio,
It
right?
would be Zio. Sadly, she was not able to make it today. But yeah,
Okay.
I'll have Haas do it.
Okay.
NPCs showing NPCs about. So yeah, you guys basically you catch up with Haas. You tell him the breakdown of what's happening, and he's like, yeah, we probably shouldn't send messages about our plans through unencoded space. Kind of like looks at you guys like, why didn't you think of that? You left
it's
the TV on.
I left the TV.
Is there a way
Someone
we
was
can encrypt
yelling.
our messages?
Haas goes, there are ways. Yes, they take a little bit precautions, but you also have to send it to someone who has the same encryptor. If you're sending it to someone like Leeway here, you would not be able to really encrypt it because you'd be sending them a jumbled string of nothing and they wouldn't get a message.
Yeah.
We just have to be careful with exactly what we tell them, basically.
All right.
Haas goes, yeah, but if you guys like, he kind of like leans over to Zio, says like, are we good to like show them things? Zio's like, yeah, they're perfectly fine. And basically he's like, well, follow me up top. There's gonna be a lot of walking. We have to go very far up, then very far down. And Vasilux is like, really? Like, it's hot. We gotta walk too. But Yuffie and
Can I just
Arcelus
like
seem
toss
interested.
him a bottle of water or something like
Yeah,
that we
sure. You're just
have?
like, get used to it. Just toss it to him.
I'm from the water planet too. Get used to it, please.
Uh, one second, my sister texted me. There we go. You guys basically take them upstairs, so there's like a stairwell in the center of the bridge section that goes up, then goes into the bridge section that goes down into the ground. It is very large. It takes a long time for you to do this, probably like a 30-minute walk barely, just to start entering it. But as you get lower, it begins to cool off and actually become like sort of like you're walking through a cave almost, just like very cool,
Cold.
little bit moisture, and there's just like darkness except for these little torches that are hung up. Now they're all magically powered, so it's not like regular flames. They're all like scones again. Not
We've been
food.
over this a few
Scones are
times
hungry.
now.
dessert.
Yeah, and then there's like a magical flame on top of it. You guys start like walking them around, showing them. Arcelus is very interested by this. This seems like something that he has experience with and knows about, but is like still different and new to him. Yuffie is like just looking around at architecture. Haas is explaining things like, yeah, so this walking through a hallway, there's like a mural of something, of like just a different group in a city. He's explaining like, oh yeah, this is the history of this. This was actually a city called such and such. I spoke with some people, and they kind of explained to me exactly like what the city was, why it was important. He explains that to them. Arcelus, when he hears that, definitely picks up like,
Press the room.
that's not a normal thing. How do you talk to someone who knows about this? This is old. Everyone else though, like the two others are just like, wow, that's wild.
Should we disclose on how much we know?
What?
And talking to Hans.
Given
No, Haas
that
is
the
like,
Hone
we'll
government's on
take
them,
time. Yeah, we'll take time.
Because I don't think they'd
It's fine. He kind of continues. He explains that Yuffie is just like enamored by the art, not really listening to Haas's long-winded speech about the history part. And Vasilix is just like, this would be a really cool place to hold a concert, basically. You can see he's
An
definitely in the
underground
headspace of the
concert.
business. Yeah, like think about how cool that would be.
That'd be pretty sick.
And like all these different rooms for different events, just have like a big foyer where you have a big band playing at all times. That'd be pretty sick.
pretty cool.
This room could be for merchandising. This room could be just like the bar we're walking through. Haas is just like, well, it might be open for business in a little bit, but not right now. and continues walking down the hallway. He basically leads them all. He's like, you guys have been here down here enough that you know the path he's taking them is the main drag you guys use. This place is so massive, has so many corridors, you don't use like 80% of it. There's one main hallway that leads to the teleporter, and you filled in between that area just because you don't need more space. You have everything you need. You can go around, look at stuff, and just bring it back here. With that, you guys take them into the teleporter room, and he explains, so this is actually a hub unit. This unit here was designed to connect to multiple other planets and allow for teleportation across like the planets themselves. All of them, all three of them are just like, that's not a thing. That's not real. That doesn't exist. How? And you see Vasilix is really interested. He's like, can we use it? Are we able to use this thing? And Haas kind of looks over at your team like, are we okay to take them there? Are you guys fine with that? Over to the water planet. Don't turn it off. Why? Don't change the color. No, don't do that.
This one would look like green.
Yeah, but you're gonna mess the green screen. All right, don't mess with the color.
Oh,
please.
you became green.
Yeah. But Kayla's messing with the background lighting, and it's gonna mess up my green screen.
I'm just gonna mess up your screen.
No, that's not how that works. And yeah, but he looks over at you. He's like, "Are we good to take them over to the water?
Lasarth?
Lasarth, yeah, thank you. I want to say something with a V.
Slaps.
Lasarth. He like looks over at you guys. Are we good to take them to Lasarth?
So long as you're okay with disclosing this.
He's like, well, I mean, so far what I've heard is they're disclosing information that is completely private from Hone, so I don't feel like they're keeping much from us.
Well, remember,
They won't keep anything from us. It's just a matter of do we think the Hone government's actually going to try something?
He goes, Arceus speaks up. He's like, well, we will make sure Yuffie doesn't say much, and if she does, he kind of leans in. He kind of like leans into you two. I don't know how believable she is if she says something so outlandish.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But the bigger thing is, the Hone government will not attack us. We are known, not well known, but we are known. If they are found to be raiding our ship or attacking us, that'll give insight to you guys if we would tell you that they're looking for something. They're going to try to keep that a secret. I would enjoy to see stuff. This is very interesting for me, and I'm pretty sure Yuffie would be happy to continue further. Dragon is now like, with Dragon followed you guys around this whole thing, and he's like, teleporter? I want to go teleport.
Oh right,
How do you teleport?
Never used it.
Yeah, Dragon's never used it before either. And so Haas is like, well, if you five, pointing at your group, and you four get on, we're hitting our limit pretty fast, but we should be able to take all of us over.
Great. As long as you don't have to smash through, I'm fine.
No, 10 is a safe limit. We could possibly push it, though it might cause issues, but 10 we've been able to do.
Great.
And like with tables and chairs and things like that. I don't know how that affects this teleporter. I should probably test that.
And,
That's for a later date.
and the next planet is.
They haven't set that up yet. That's not active yet. That's soon, though. Soon.
Yay.
I'm impatient.
So, Tim's also impatient for that one, too.
I'm looking forward to it.
So what happens is Haas is like, all right, everyone step into the circle. There's this big like medallion. It's sort of like a raised platform that kind of like bulges out in the center with a fancy symbol on it and everything like that. Different sort of ancient primordial language. And you all step onto it. Haas pushes in the buttons, step on there. After a couple seconds, it starts whirring up. And you guys have that same feeling where your vision goes dark, but you start seeing colors, but not really actually seeing colors, more like envisioning them. You feel this amount of power going through you, like you're becoming energy, and then you begin to have that color fade away and gain vision back in Lasarth's underwater place.
Cavern.
Yeah, that one.
Also, every time you say this, I had an IV once, and that's exactly how it felt.
Ew.
I think that's
Like
more of a
They
you
sedated
thing.
me, and that's how it felt. to me.
Underwater, like you were underwater.
No, like you're being pulled through.
Like I was seeing
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I don't
It
do
was
good with getting my blood
weird.
drawn at all. I almost pass out for some reason.
I just pass out straight up.
Yeah, I'm not like afraid of blood, but whenever they stick a needle in me and the blood starts coming out,
no.
I like get super lightheaded and almost pass
No,
out.
literally, I had
Yeah.
a tube. I had to.
Y'all are weird. That never happens to me.
No,
I know
'cause
it's
I hate-
completely abnormal to
I
do
hate
that. I feel like.
needles.
Because I had to put anesthesia on my arm during surgery, and it's just this tube going inside your arm. You just see a tube, and you're like, oh, that's in my
Well,
arm.
no-
Then
that.
again, when I was really small, I used to rip my teeth out before they were even like wiggly, just so I could get shit.
So
Like
you're
I-
a masochist. Got it. You cause pain to get pleasure. No, I don't know. It's like if I look at someone getting blood drawn, I don't have a reaction. If I cut and bleed, I don't have a reaction. But I had to get blood. Like I had to take a little needle, stick it in me. It gets out blood for testing. Almost pass out every single
I
time.
hate that shit.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I don't know why that
something
cuts the line
shouldn't
off.
be- I get worried if something shouldn't be inside me is inside me, or if something's coming out of me that should be inside me, I panic. So blood, yes, I will
She's
panic.
cutting out a lot. I
Yeah.
cannot understand.
She's
her.
just telling the story of what makes her panic, what doesn't, and it's normal.
Things that should be in my body.
Things that should be in the body stay in the body. Things that shouldn't stay out. If not, panic.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, you guys take your time. You basically get in there, and they instantly like are just at awe because this place is in a lot better condition because it was magically
Delicious.
no. It was magically like reinforced, I guess, to not wear and tear over time. And they have these massive statues, massive beams. You have those golden statues that were like meticulously crafted behind. And they're just like in awe of this hidden place. And they're like, how did you find this?
Yes.
Another one of our long stories.
Haas goes, with your long stories, they're about 2 sentences.
Oh yeah.
Haas
Big
speaks
swim.
up. Haas, big swim. Oh, even shorter, 2 words. Haas
Swim.
speaks up. He's like, well, the last location we were at has had a connection to several locations across multiple planets. This one was the strongest we found that I could still get the sense that it was special. It was different than the rest. Thus, I tried to triangulate it to the best of my ability, and I seem to have located it on the Sarth. That's where it was trying to go to. But it was still 2 weeks, so we had to actually fly here, which is when our team met up with you guys originally, speaking to the Leeway. And he continues with that. He's like, and that was their goal there. Yuffie's like, oh yeah, you did say that. Big swim.
Big swim. You know.
Oh, Yuffie.
Ours is like, very interesting. He just kind of continues like, so how do you figure these things out, Haas? This is something that not many people have any sort of like skill to do. How do you find this? Haas kind of just like, well, you know.
Oh, you know.
Kind of ego boosted. He's like, I've had some help from very useful people, including our team here. They've gone around and done a lot of chores that I would not be able to do by myself, and we've met some friends along the way. And he motions to the corner where you see Fenatorath working on something currently. Haas calls over, Fenatorath, we have some company. Would you like to meet them? And she, again, being like 6'7", 6'8" range, she stands up in this very glamorous sort of white robe that's extra sparkly, it looks like now. Just because. And she walks over and she's like, greetings, I'm Fenatorath. She goes out and she reaches a hand out. Now, Yuffie is small, like not actually like a small rating, but she's like 5'2", 5 foot,
Autumn.
that range.
Itty
autumn
bitty.
sized. Autumn sized. And so when this 6'7" very tall lady, she has to like bend down
Tall lady.
to reach
Tall
and shake
lady.
hands.
Tall
It's
lady.
Lady Dimitrescu, but
It's
nice.
like one of those how to talk
Whoa,
to short
big
people
leap.
games.
She just picks Yuffie up.
How to talk to short people.
As she shakes Yuffie's hand. Yuffie's in just awe.
I bet she's like these nice, elegant, giant hands, though.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, I bet she has beautiful, giant hands.
Very long, narrow piano fingers.
Salad fingers.
Salad fingers.
That's valid.
except elegant, not as bony.
Not disturbing.
Yeah, doesn't like touching rust.
Rusty spoons, mind you.
And she just introduced herself. She's like, and who might you all be? Yuffie speaks out. She's like, well, we're a band called Leeway. We write and make music. Just like all gleefully. She's like, oh, very interesting. That I've not heard much music of this generation. Yuffie's just like, what? what does that mean?
What do you what?
Arsa is like,
What do you mean?
what do you mean this is generation? She's like, oh, there goes my big mouth again. I'm old. I'm quite old, actually, and
I don't get out much.
I've missed a lot of cultural development in this time.
I've been trapped.
That's what she basically. How does this music work nowadays? We had songs when I was young. We listened to different instruments.
I bet she has like these strands of beautiful gray hair, but in a classy way.
Sure.
I can see. Sorry.
And she's like, what does your music sound like? Arslus is just like, I mean, he looks over at Yuffie and Vasilix, impromptu song. He pulls out, so he has the very little ukulele, the little tiny blue ukulele.
My favorite.
Now he is right around. He's a little bit taller than Dragon Girl probably. Fenitorath. He's probably just like a hair taller, sitting like 6'9", 6'10" range. And what are you laughing about? And so his ukulele, now it's almost like a full-size guitar for someone like Yuffie. Like she could like hold it and play it like a guitar, but it's like a small ukulele for him. Vasilix pulls out like a little side bongo he carries with him. He always like has his big backpack on with a bongo like
a
wrapped
strap.
onto it. Yeah, always with a strap on it, sort of like a duffel bag, like a gym bag. And they kind of just like sit down over on the stairs, and they're like, why don't you come listen? We'll play one of our songs we wrote. And
For performance?
you know what? I'll do it.
No, I was kidding.
I'll see how they perform.
I was kidding.
We'll see how it goes.
Oh no.
I need to roll 3d20.
I was kidding.
Too bad. You made a good point. Yeah, I need to roll. Oh, yeah. They rolled an 11, an 18, and a 17. They probably all have a +6
Okay.
to +8 range. So that's like
Sweet.
17 and above, even in the 27 range.
Good job.
Perfect. Oh,
Yeah.
I was
So-
I was panicking inside.
No, they did. Yeah, they kind of sit down. They get in a little circle. They play a song. It's one of the songs you heard at their
Sweet
concert.
home.
What was that noise? It's a song they wrote that was kind of depicting a time of adventure and travel, but still being homestuck and sad about home, but having a good time still and not really understanding that feeling. And they kind of just sing it there. It's all like a cappella, very soft spoken, things like that. And you see that Fenitorath is just like, this makes sense. this is very similar to what we had, but it's all in common instead. After it's done, she like gives a little tiny golf clap.
Everybody claps.
She's like, yes, that is remarkably still similar to what we had when I was younger. Oh crap! I completely forgot about Dragon.
Dragon claps. Why?
Yeah, Dragon starts clapping. Somehow Fenitorath missed the dragon.
Yeah, did Fenitorath?
No, I forgot that she'd look down and she's like, wait,
Hello?
you're a dragon.
Hello? Hello, excuse me?
Dragon is just like, yeah, that's my name. And Fenitorath's like, no, not you. You are a dragon.
Yeah. Okay. And?
And she just goes, who are you? Where did you come from? Dragon
Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton
he
Eye
just goes,
Joe?
I don't know. I was found in a lonely nest, and one of my friends, Hunter, saved me. And now
Hunter isn't a friend.
He's like, what? No, Hunter's my best friend.
Oh,
I love Hunter. And he's like, he just goes, yeah. And then I started following him,
That was a joke.
and then they found me, and then I followed them. And she kind of looks at your team, and she's like, who is this Hunter fellow?
we don't
I didn't mean to say that out
know,
loud.
but we have people that are keeping a lookout for us.
Like, all right. That is a strange interaction. I have not seen another dragon in three centuries. Three millennia. Wrong
And there
unit
goes the
of
big mouth again.
yeah.
It's-
Arcelus looks over like
I could literally see her like clapping after, and then she got like,
yeah, just like the
I'm sorry.
dragon. Arcelus and them are just like, wait, and they look over at you. Is this the first dragon you mentioned? She's like, you mentioned me to you guys.
You right.
You're very popular among us. We
You're-
talk about you often.
Yeah.
She's like, oh gosh, you guys are gonna get yourself killed for some reason. She looks over at them. Yes, I am a dragon. I am very old, and I've been around for a very long time. But I was trapped a while back for a very long time.
Pretty much
And-
kidnapped.
Now I'm helping fight back against that force.
Jazz hands.
Chug a beer, chug a beer, chug a beer.
Chug a beer,
There-
chug a beer, chug a beer.
There,
Get in
Arcelus,
in a
the leeway
headbanger.
band is just like sitting there, just like, what? Yuffie kind of looks sad, like, I'm so sorry to hear that you were trapped. Just very sad, like, sort of like a puppy, puppy eyes.
No.
Vasilix is like, let's make a good song.
Oh my gosh, that's metal. So I gotta write this
That's
down.
metal.
I gotta write this down.
And Arcelus kind of just like, I have never met a fully aged dragon such as yourself. Most of the ones we meet nowadays, or when I was a kid, were much more aggressive. She continues, she's like, yes, that is something I've heard that has changed about them. Certain dragons have become more aggressive and more beast-like, rather than the dragons that I knew that were very formal and wise. I am sorry that you've had to encounter that, because I know my kind are very powerful creatures, very magically inclined. He's like, well, I would take that, but I have personally slain a few that have attacked villages.
You what?
She's like, I can understand that. If someone was attacking our city, we would, or I guess you'd say, I have slain my own of my fellow brothers who have attacked our own cities. I can understand where you come from. You see Arcelus like, that's not what I expected to hear. I was expecting to get like a stern talking down to. Yuffie is just like, she's like, well, it's nice to meet a dragon that isn't trying to kill us. I like that more than meeting one that wanted to kill us. She kind of, Finatorath kind of just laughs like, huh, well, that is a first. And yeah, they kind of just chit chat for a little bit. Dragon kind of is just like looking at this. She's like, you don't look like a dragon. What do you mean you're a dragon? No, I'm a dragon. What are you? You're a human.
Show scales. basically.
But Dragon kind of speaks up. She's like, you're not a dragon. He kind of says to her. She's like, little one, you have much to learn. You can, as a dragon, once you become older, you have a form you can take that will be humanoid in nature. You can sort of choose what you look like to an extent, and it allows you to interact with other creatures. It's a form of polymorph that you gain inherently. And he's like,
Lulu.
Lululemon?
I like to think Capelli is just on a phone in the background. Lulu!
Lululand?
He's like,
Lululand.
Shut up!
he's like, I can turn into a human? Like flabbergasted. This is giving me a lot of Spyro vibes.
It is. All I can think of is like the big husky dragons.
Yeah.
Why
She's
do they
just
look
like,
like that?
well, you probably can't yet. I would be glad to show you sometime, or try to teach you sometime. But dragon, it's something you get with age. It's something you have to kind of become in tune with your innate magical powers. And he kind of looks back at your party. He's like, I'm magical. And just says that to you.
Friggin' this guy.
Yeah, you are, buddy. Yeah, you are.
What?
And she just goes, I would be glad to be your teacher. I have not interacted with any of my own kind, so it might be a nice change of pace. It's a fun article. Go back to the article real quick. Where'd it go?
It's the fact that
Someone made a tier list of how sexy the dragons were in the
In
Spyro
Spyro.
Reignited trilogy. I ate it up. My back's hurting. Watch your toast.
Who wants to be surprised? Part of me isn't.
Yeah.
literally one has a collar.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So what do you guys want to do? What's the plan?
Your mom.
Not an option.
I saw that coming.
I kind of want to have.
See what we can do today.
You want to try to date Arcelus? Have your date with Arcelus?
Well,
Yes,
first
I
when
wanna
they're
see
done-
that
when everyone's
happen.
done. When everyone's
No, I'm done.
Leah's already pushing people to be done.
Okay. I mean,
So yeah,
I'm good to start this.
basically what happens is, you see, Fenatorath basically says, what is your name, young one?" He goes, "Dragon." He's like, she just like cringes at that. She's like,
oh, nice, honey.
"I think we will have to fix that at some point, but for now, Dragon, would you like to go into the other room and I can try to show you some of the basics of what you're probably capable of?" He just goes like, "Yeah,
you
I
have
like
a you have a
he's like, "Yeah, sure,
Aw.
that sounds cool." She does kind of like inspect him. She's like, "You're not a dragon type I've seen before. You're not chromatic or," if you can hear a dog barking, that's my sister's dog in the other room. You're not chromatic or, oh, what's the other one?
Your mom.
Chromatic. What's the other one? Chromatic.
I
It's
don't-
like
I don't know.
metallic.
Crystalline?
You're not
Oh.
chromatic or metallic. He's like, "I don't know. I don't know what that means." And she's like, "Wow, you have quite a lot to learn. Come with me. We'll step in the other room and I'll show you my true form and we can speak personally." So they walk into the other room. You see Vasilik's like, "I'm going to go watch what happens."
no. They're private. It's private.
No, it's not. Don't make it sound weird. But in the
I'm not trying to
meantime,
make it sound weird.
so what happens basically is you have that conversation. Capelli and Kulana are kind of sitting next to it, and then Capelli just pushes Kulana into Arcelus.
And I kind of like, I'm like, he's smug, like, oh, sorry.
Capelli has this like big, I'd say toothy. I don't know if you have teeth.
Metal grin.
Yeah, big
Do
metal
you have
grin.
teeth?
That's a really weird thought. And I don't
Do
want to think about that.
Warforges have teeth?
Oops, I'm gonna call.
Who is that?
I need to. I'm gonna look that up now. Do
Yeah,
Warforged
do
have
war.
teeth?
I guess.
Damn
Well, she's not exactly a warforged. She's kind of custom built. But she kind of just speaks up. She kind of just, or Ars is just like, "I guess I did promise you an evening or something." Just
Wait,
like,
wait, did I say, wait,
No,
wait. what
no,
was-
he knows what's happening. He's not stupid. So he's like, he just goes,
well, we don't, I'm like, well, we don't have to right now, I mean.
"Well, what do you have around here for fun?"
Compelling. What do we have?
Kelly, what do we have
Fun?
for fun here?
Home is kind of a desert.
I don't know what's fun around here.
Well, actually, you'd be the one to know the most about Lasarth, though you guys are on Lasarth but connected to Hone.
I was
Good.
imagining we were just gonna stay with Hone. Yeah. I can't see us going on a 3-day trip suddenly with
Oh.
the ship.
True.
Is there a speed bike? Do we have like a like?
You guys do have a personal bike, one of those faster ships that
Yeah, the one that Doll stole.
yeah, Dahl stole and got implemented into your ship. It's much faster.
Oh yeah.
What?
This is the first I'm hearing about this, but yeah.
Well, it wasn't from anyone
was like
No,
one of
you
those,
stole it from
It's
Raiders.
like one of those speed. It's one of those speed bikes from Star Wars.
So, not exactly.
No?
It's more. It's not the speed bike, but you guys know the thing they were on above the Sorlak pit, that big platform.
Mhm.
It's like that, but it has a cabin up
Oh.
top, a little bit smaller. It can fit like 4 people max, and that's 2 in the cabin and 2 on the back. There used to be a gun on it. You guys removed that and kind of powered up the engine more, so it goes faster.
Why did we do that? Oh, never mind. That makes sense.
Yeah, because you guys have a ship with
Tim.
massive guns.
Oh.
And so what ends up happening is you're like, we
oh,
have a speeder bike we want to joyride.
I was like, care for a ride?
He's like, I've not been on anything too terribly fast as of late. Sure, we can do that.
All right. You're not too.
Does
hungry.
Keelana
you
know how
didn't
to
eat
drive
anything,
this
right?
thing?
Keelana would have been trained
We
on it.
all know how to drive, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically. Keelana was also a pirate at one point, so she knows how to fly vehicles. He's just like, we had some food on the way here, but I can always eat more. He's a big guy. I can relate.
I'm like,
You're whispering, and that's
was-
not gonna work.
I whispered to Capelia, do we have anything that I could possibly make for 2 people?
She's asking if you guys have extra food in the ship. You would
I
not
don't
have
eat.
much beyond rations. You might have to find a city to find food.
Yeah, we only have rations.
Yeah.
How about we take the bike?
He's like, that could be
Movie.
fine. Vasilix comes running back in, and he's like, she just transformed into a massive dragon! Just like freaking out.
Oh my god. I kind of face Keelana kind of face palms like, oh my
You
God.
see Yuffie just stands like, what? And starts running out to the other room like a
Oh
little
my
tiny.
Oh
She's
my
running.
gosh.
And they're kind of just like looking at this as you guys are awkwardly standing around Arcelis and Keelana.
I'm embarrassed.
Keelana's face is red as a tomato. Haas is like, I can get you guys transport back there if you need it real fast. And he winks at you, Keelana.
Haas is
Ride
the
him.
wingman.
Ride
What?
him.
That man is not a vehicle.
Luana.
All right. So, you guys, you step back on the platform with Arcelis, and Haas does this thing, beep, beep, boop, 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 slides it, and you get that feeling of being teleported back to Hone. As you guys land back in, you see Arcelis like, wow, you takes a minute to get used to that thing, huh?
Yeah, you get used to it.
Just like put a hand
Get
on his
used to
shoulder.
it. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm not
before
used to it yet.
they had a test through.
You're not there, Tin. They teleport back to Hone without you guys.
No,
You're still on Lasarth.
I
Oh,
kind of did the
They
switch.
left
I
us
was
there?
No, it's just Keelana and Arcelis went.
Oh, okay. Oh. A little bit insulted by that. Right.
You're just gonna crash their date.
I thought we were all going back. Okay.
No, you guys are still at Lasarth.
I thought we were getting food.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, they could have gone, and we all would have parted our separate ways and did something else. I guess we could have really done
There's
that.
rations over here. There's rations. I'll be fine.
I guess we really could have done
We'll
that
eat
where we
some
got
fried
everybody.
potatoes.
Can you imagine they teleported Jim's like, all right, I got my credit card. You all ready to go to dinner? They're like, they went alone. And you're like, what?
What?
Wait, what?
What are we doing for dinner?
We could have gotten a group, and then we just separated. I guess.
That wasn't the plan.
Okay.
I thought we were all getting dinner.
Aww.
I was gonna cover the bill and everything.
Aw.
So you take Arcelis
Oh.
back to the
That's
ship.
funny though.
So you have a ship that with these fairly long legs that like sit down. You basically open it up, hop inside, and there's this platform that has a different coloration and texture to the rest of your floor. You step aboard. He's like, "This is quite the odd vessel. I have not seen anything like this before." And this thing is space capable.
I mean,
Was that a question?
Yes.
should I look up like a
to Keelana.
knowledge? Something?
No, you've been to space in the ship.
Oh yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we're
Like,
good.
that's mighty impressive. All right. Well, how does this thing work?
All right. I just like kind of like hop fun.
Yeah, so there's this cabin up front. Isla's barking very loud. It's like this sort of floor. It's kind of bounces up out of the floor. There's a stairwell down with this window that sits out from the ship, and you basically go in there. You turn on the engine of the ship. You press a button. Your little tiny speeder lowers down, and the floor above it closes.
Is this impressing Arcelus yet?
He's looking around. He's like, "This is interesting. I've not seen this before." And it basically lowers to at floor level, and then the engines turn on, and it begins to hover.
I'm like, yeah, yeah.
You know Hone a little bit. You know there's a city not terribly far away that has like a tavern with or like a bar more likely in it. It's probably like a 40-minute drive in this thing at top speed. You can probably go there if you like.
Arcelus, would you be okay with more of a downtown bar?
He's like, that's where we've spent most of our time. I'd be comfortable there.
All right.
He's like, all right. You guys sit in the front seat. You buckle up. It does have seatbelts. And
Good.
I would like you to make me a dexterity saving throw. Or not saving throw, just check.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Don't die.
I'm going to die.
Don't die.
I am going to die.
I'm going to die.
Going to
Very
die.
saving.
Dexterity, just throw.
Hello?
Natural 20, baby!
This date's gonna go well.
What happens is
She
you
gets late.
Yeah.
you have this thing
Yes.
lowered down. You have like little glasses or something you flick down to be cool, and you're like, hold on. This thing has two like massive steering wheels, sort of like a ride-on tractor. That's the first thing that pops in my head.
Say we.
You-
Say we.
You basically push it forward and twist to go into like an overdrive mode. This thing takes off, and you like instantly get pushed back, sort of like pod racing
I'm
from
just
Star
kind of
Wars.
laughing to myself because I'm just having like.
Arcelus's face just goes white because he like just like his face just massive eyes, just like panicking as he did not expect this thing to go from 0 to probably like 500 miles an hour over the span of like a minute, and you just take off. Just like begin building up speed. The whole chair system like actually leans back with it and like slowly goes back into place to sort of help with the G-force acceleration. And he's like, oh my, this is faster than I expected.
Oh my.
Do not die. Do not crash, please.
How you doing back there?
He's right next to you.
Oh, he's. Oh,
It's
I thought he
like
was
a
behind.
car.
Oh, I thought he was behind me.
No, it's a car. There's 2 seats up here.
Like how you doing?
He's like, I have not been this fast in a while.
First time for everything.
Not a first time, just not recently.
All right.
And you guys begin speeding off into the evening, into the sun.
Into the sunset.
Except the sun's directly ahead, above
We have
the
two,
sun.
does Hon have 2 suns?
No.
Starts going up.
Hone has 2 moons, though.
Ooh.
Wow.
Is there anything you guys want to do back at Lasarth? Jim's gonna
Oh.
mope around.
I'm just
I'm
kicking some
sorry.
rocks around the floor.
Aww.
Wanted to go get spaghetti.
Aww.
I was gonna get some garlic bread. Okay.
Caitlin pressed the woo button.
I was gonna say what?
So Haas kind of steps you guys aside and he's like, well, while we have a moment, I think plans are basically ready to move back to the next planet we have marked. I have everything ready and easy to transport, and it needs just a little bit of fine tuning, but we've been getting our fruits and vegetables back perfectly in order, and our animals have been the first ones were lightly maimed. The recent ones have been come back unmaimed. So we're at a point that it's stable enough that we can send full-on humans and other creatures through. He just nods and walks away into the silence.
Sound of silence.
So you guys also hear in the other room, you hear, actually, oh crap, what type of dragon is Fenatorath? I don't think I have that written down
Do you
directly.
need to have a type?
A
It
cool one.
it affects their breath weapon.
Oh.
Penis breath.
Gross.
Stop it. Stop.
Play you.
Where is it? Oh, I'm stupid. I don't have a dragon type. Okay, I'm just gonna say it's probably
Blue.
fire at this point. No, she's like a white gold color. I
Then
just
it would
don't.
be ice.
It would be ice then.
Yeah.
Okay.
White
So-
dragons are iced.
What you guys hear is there is basically a large sound of just like like heavy snowfall and ice forming, like that sort of cracking
What color is
noise.
Dragon then?
Dragon is a blue purple gem color.
Then what would that be?
You don't know.
Alright.
But you hear this large like sound of sort of like a rushing wind, and then all of a sudden you feel the air around you begin to get cold in this other room from where they are. There's like a noticeable cold draft coming through. And you just hear you hear Vasilix go, "Freaking snowstorm!" in the other room.
Wait, do you have the sensor?
Snowstorm. And then you hear so it's a large room, but voices really carry because there's not much furniture. So you hear just a "ah" in the other room as well, as Dragon tries to do a breath weapon, but nothing really happens.
What kind of dragon is?
And you hear just like, well, there I can hear your spirit, but I don't think you're tapping into that potential. Just like a little bit of a, you're trying.
Well, what would activate?
You're
You'll
not
get
there.
there.
You don't know.
No.
So yeah, that happens. Do you guys want to try to do anything with that, or are you gonna let that just continue?
I think I'm gonna give him some space for that. Yeah, Dragon
Okay.
can try his own thing.
I like
As funny as that would be,
I like just Tim being sad about
I'm
not
sorry,
being able to crush
Tim.
his
just
leg.
like
All around me are familiar faces.
just like fidgeting with my rifle. Like,
Wake me up.
Tim's character
inside.
puts headphones on.
Wake me up inside.
Tim's
Starts
character
listening.
puts
put some headphones on.
sits
Just
in the corner.
listening to Leeway's newest album.
Listening to their like edgy, depressed songs.
has a finger foam on in the corner, crying.
We'll cut back to your guys' little adventure. You're driving fast. You kind of take the turns. So this is set up like a actual I guess just plain like a commercial flight where there's controllers on both sides, so either person can jump out and do something else. So Arcelus stops and he's like, "Do you mind if I take the wheel?"
I mean, are you comfortable with that?
I've flown my fair spacecraft before.
Okay, I trust you.
We're gonna have him make a dexterity check.
Is it one of those driver's ed cars, essentially?
Oh.
I've never driven in a driver's ed car, so I don't know.
Me neither.
It's kind of like what you're describing, yeah.
I'm thinking of it like a commercial flight where you have both pilots, like co-pilot and regular pilot, have their sticks that you can push forward. But if
That
it
would
is
make
like
a lot
that,
more
sure.
sense. Yeah.
I saw that dice,
I didn't
Kate.
think of that.
I saw that.
And Arcelus goes in. He like takes control of it, and it instantly begins to slow down. And he's just like, I'm not as good as this as you. But he tries to take some sharp turns and spin it around, but he kind of like stalls it out, and it kind of just slows down, sort of sad.
Here, I'm like, hey, how about this? How about here, I want to see you try to do a drift.
He's like,
Do a roll.
I know,
Yeah,
I
they're
know. He's like, we can try it.
Go ahead, try.
He begins to like sort of speed up, and yeah, the drifting is hard in a vehicle like this because it doesn't have wheels, so you kind of just like hover at an angle.
Oh, when you go fast, it's like.
Thank you, Tim. And so he kind of
Oh,
he pushes it. He pushes it, and it kind of just like glides to the side. It would qualify as a drift, but it's nothing exhilarating or fun.
Still, you drift.
And he just like continues on the path you guys have set. Is like, yeah, I don't think I'm good as good. I don't think I'm good
As good.
good at this as you are. as good at this as you are.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
It's common, ma'am.
Got it.
It's common.
I didn't catch it that time. Sorry.
So yeah, you guys basically go out. There's this little city, or not even a city. It's like a strip, where
Is Castaways there?
no,
Castaways.
that is a strip
We
club near
are
us.
castaways.
That's a strip club.
It is a strip club,
Ahoy
and we make that joke
there.
every time we pass
Ahoy.
it. So
Yeah, castaway.
so you guys see it's like there's this one main drag where there's obviously a road for bikes like yours, and it has like sort of separated into a sort of a strip mall, essentially, sort of like Midwest, but they're like buildings that are a little bit more built, well started, taller.
Actually,
There's a bar in the center, the tavern bar, that has like actual back rooms for a bunch of
question.
bedrooms and things
no
like
one
that.
would recognize me, right? Since it's like a downtown sort of.
Not really, because a lot of people come through here and they don't really notice people that don't live there, because there are homes nearby too.
Because I wasn't on Hone much before.
No.
Right. Okay.
You know this from just traveling around the area
Okay,
as you've
good.
done all this.
I wasn't sure if there was any more criminal record that I
No.
had to deal with. that I
You're
didn't
not a
know.
well-known criminal.
Good.
For now.
For now. For now. Ominous. I got it.
So what are you doing?
We parked right
Your mom.
Sure, yeah. If you pull up if you're just pulling up to the tavern, sure. You take your speeder. Your vehicle's a little bit bigger than what they see around here. They see a lot of like one personal bikes, like actual Star Wars speeder things, or smaller vehicles that allow 2 to 3 people on them.
I want a speeder. Those things are dangerous.
I don't know how you transport it. You go interplanetary often.
Intergalactic.
planetary, intergalactic. And you kind of land it. This thing has like little tiny feet that kick out and set down, and then there's like a ladder on the side that you can use to get up and out. And you kind of take it out, and he's like, "Well, it sure was fast." He just like looks at you.
And I just kind of giggled myself, like, yeah, it's fun.
I was like, "All right, after you."
And
you guys walk
I do like
inside.
a little fake little curtsy.
You guys go in there. The bar it's a bar. It's nothing fancy. They have windows up front, but nowhere else. There's very yellow, sort of like
Jukebox?
no. They have very yellow
What kind of a
lights.
bar doesn't have a jukebox?
A bar from the future.
What do you? What? A jukebox?
They have music playing, but it's not chosen by anyone.
That's lame.
Yeah. Well, that's how bars work nowadays, so I don't know
No,
what to
it's
tell you.
not. There's jukeboxes. Don't ask how I know. I'm serious. Like, I don't drink.
Well, first of all, you're assuming that every single bar would have
Okay,
it.
yeah, you're right.
Second of all, you're assuming this would be a bar that would care enough about their patrons to have it. Third of all, you would think that they'd want someone to have that control.
Well, I guess I've been.
You
to...
don't know who runs
okay,
this bar.
There was one with just a regular DJ with a Bluetooth speaker. Just
So yeah, you guys basically you step inside. They have some seating that's like more like the benches. They have some tables, and then they have a regular bar. Where do you go? What do you do?
you want to do booth?
He's like, I'll do whatever you're interested in.
All right.
You guys walk over to the booth, sit down. A younger lady. Oh my gosh, I'm like dying. I need like a random race.
Tiefling.
Or
Sure. Yeah, tiefling.
Or.
A younger tiefling comes out, and she kind of steps. She's like, "Oh, welcome to the tavern. What can I help you with?"
Yes, me and my friend here would like to have a couple drinks to start.
A couple. All right. What are you interested in? Are we doing any alcohol? Are we doing just tea?
I would like an. Do they do out Long Island's? I guess.
Sure. I don't know alcohol drinks enough to say no.
Long Island, please.
All right. And for you, sir, he just goes, I'll just have some nice rum. She's like, certainly. And do you guys have anything you're interested in eating, or are you is just drinks for now?
For now would be fine, thank you. What about you, Arsless?
He's like, if you have some chips and salsa. She's like, certainly. She
Sounds
walks out
familiar.
back. I eat more than chips and salsa, excuse you.
Love you.
I think bread rolls are the best entree. So
Yes.
Spinach and artichoke dip.
no,
That's
You're
for me.
wrong.
That's personally.
butter.
Just a loaf of
high,
bread that they give you.
and high quality butter, dude. High quality butter and bread's the best
Exactly.
thing. It's so good.
And when they give you the
My
knife
bread
and the
and-
cutting
This is my
board,
bread and butter.
you're in
You can't have
control
you
of
mess up my
it.
bread and butter.
She walks out back, brings out the drinks after a couple minutes. What do you say to him? What do you say to Arcelis?
Didn't think I'd get this far. I ask him if there's anything that he'd like to know, or if he has any questions about what's going on, about what's been going on.
He goes, you guys make me have so many questions about what's going on.
How about we start with a simple question?
How do you find two, not one, but two dragons?
Okay, that's not really a simple question. I kind of joke with that. I was like, okay, no, that's not really simple.
Well, it's the biggest
well-
one I have right now.
Well, we just kind of bump into these different situations. It's like this whole chain, because that's just who we are. Our group is basically, we just got caught up, and then we found a dragon.
Well,
I say this kind of quietly too, because
yeah,
I don't want to say it too
I
loud.
understand.
I just found a dragon.
They're like, well, you guys are sure an interesting set of adventurers. We've met our fair share of people that like to tell stories. Most of them feel very fake, though with you, at first I thought they were fake, like most of those people, and then you showed us two dragons. So I don't know if I can doubt anything you say anymore.
Yeah, I wanted to. I guess showing the lava scar wasn't really. It could be anywhere, really.
It is one of those things that it could even be a birth defect.
Right.
But I do believe you because you have, again, two dragons, a teleporter across planets, and you're friends with squid people.
Yes.
All right.
Zio is infuriated. I
Zaya
didn't
doesn't
almost
know.
just call her Zaya. Leah.
Zaya.
Any other questions?
Why is the Hone government watching you?
I don't know, because they're fuck asses. Like that shit.
Text just
I
pops
hear
up
that in the
behind
back of
the
my
back.
head. I hear that, like
Text is the next booth over.
Yeah, I
Just
snuck
following quietly. Just like latched onto the underside of the vehicle as they're flying.
in. I lied to I lied and said I had to use the bathroom again.
No one questioned it this time.
Excuse me, bathroom.
Wait, what was the question?
Why is the Hone government tracking you?
Why not?
Our group in general.
Yes.
We're
They
just
had
so
notes written
cool.
down about you.
Um,
They don't care about
we-
petty criminals.
we may or may not have gotten to a few messes here and there, and we have helped
Well,
with.
I've noticed that much.
But we have helped with who's the scientist lady that we've met on Home?
You met someone in a
Lot of
junkyard
good
that
mages
was
out there.
made an
No,
engine.
None
The
of this are
university.
none of them are
Harish,
this
the
hot.
university person,
Yeah.
she doesn't work. She's not from
Oh, I
Hone.
thought she-
She's from a city in Hone, on the planet Hone.
Oh, I would
She-
assume that there would be connections.
They work together on projects, Hone Council, but she doesn't like work for the government.
Oh, okay.
So you gonna answer his question?
Frick.
Why are you being tracked by the Hone government?
I'm nervous.
Kaylin doesn't pay attention to the sessions.
I do.
I'm
Stop.
messing with
She falls asleep through them too.
you. You're fine. You gotta answer the question though. Roll me a history check. Let's see if you can remember anything.
Well, I do remember. It's just.
No, you don't. You don't remember. 13, because you have a -1. Nice. You know that basically the stuff you're finding in the dig site has interested the
Right.
Hone Council,
Yes,
but you don't give it to them properly, and you're keeping stuff from them.
because we're trying to protect. I basically explained that, but also it's just more protecting things that are sacred. That is best for good of all kind.
So they're not getting their way, so they're trying to watch out when they can strike you.
That's how government works, I guess.
Well, not all of them, but definitely governments like Hone.
Yes.
Well, do you have any questions for me?
Did I already? How did you meet?
You were explained how they met.
I'm bad with dates. Don't look at me.
As her boyfriend.
Oh, come on. Okay. Stop!
She is making a hard thinking face. I just want that to be known.
Oh, besides music, what are your other hobbies?
As of late, I've not done much. We've been mostly really focused on music. I've gotten a little bit into like trying to create instruments, learning from Vasilix, like creating stuff, learning how different instruments work, and putting them together. When I was younger, I'd help my parents fight against monsters, so it's a big change for me. So I have a lot to learn. But before that, one of my bigger interests was just sparring with as many people as I could.
And we already had our discussion about my planet and how you aren't exactly a part of that planet, but you had family members.
I had family related to your planet.
By the way, my apologies. I'm not very used to going on dates very often. I kind of grew up not really.
I can understand that. I got the sense that this wasn't something you do often.
Definitely not.
But it is something your friend Copelia seems very inclined for you to do.
Oh, she knows me well.
She seems like quite the interesting one. I haven't met a Warforged with such personality.
No, the whole group has been very amazing.
Maybe because her soul is lost in there somewhere.
Literally. Literally. I'm not gonna disclose. I don't want.
You don't know that.
Oh, I don't know.
No, because Copelia doesn't really know that either.
Oh, I thought Dean.
Dean's the only one that knows that, and he, I was thinking about having him write you a letter, and I never really got on part of
You
that.
did right.
No, you didn't.
No, a new letter.
Oh!
Yeah, like I was planning on doing that.
Finally, character story stuff.
Well, yeah, I've been trying to get that out, but it's hard to intertwine these things without just forcing things to happen. Because I have it on the background. I know what's
I
going
never
on.
met a Warforged with so much personality. Maybe because her soul is stuck in there somewhere.
She wasn't originally a Warforged.
She was literally a human. Yeah, but no, as crazy as we all seem and chaotic as it can be, everyone's been amazing.
He just nods along with that chaotic part, like, mm-hmm.
No, they've all been great. They took me in after I kind of started the whole crashing.
The whole campaign.
The crashing of the ship by accident. What happened?
My webcam's laggy and low quality.
I'm lagging?
I am.
Lagging in general.
But
Okay.
Like he
and
himself isn't
also
lagging.
my last date wasn't exactly ideal.
He's like, now, you say that, and you've also fallen in lava. What does not ideal look like?
It's worse than that.
It's worse.
He kind of used me for.
He definitely just like feels like you're talking about emotions, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." Just like sympathetically, not realizing what you mean. Because no one would think, "Oh yeah, he was trying to actually murder me, so he was stalking me, joined our party for a while, and then I tried to sleep with him." So. You succeeded, I should say.
Yeah, and there's some embarrassing part that I'm not gonna disclose with.
All right, but then you guys have a good evening. You get something to eat. It's food. I don't know. You guys have a salad.
Can I you know what? I want to try to make tell a few I want to try to make them laugh. I want to make them laugh.
It's just a lot less sad about this now.
I feel know what?
valid.
I feel confident with this. I want to make him laugh and enjoy his evening.
All right, roll me a performance check.
All right. I'm pretty
me a your
confident
mom
about
check.
this. Oh my gosh!
An 11.
No.
You try to crack a joke. He's just like, yep, that's a joke.
Again. We're
Yeah,
kidding.
that's you say something funny, like he references like, yeah, your past was very exciting. You're like, huh, my future looks very exciting too. And he's like, ah,
That's bullcrap. Why would you say that?
no, it's just like that's just no, it's not like flirting. It's just like you make a bad joke, and it's just like he knows it's a joke, but it's not very funny.
Your mom's not very funny.
She got lower that time. You try again at some point, it doesn't land.
Oh my gosh. One more time.
No, you don't. You're out.
No!
Yeah, you're out.
I want him to enjoy his
2 strikes.
evening.
How are you gonna do that then? Because you can't just tell jokes. That's not.
Gotta
an
get
option anymore.
laid.
I don't think he's the type to go in that fast.
You don't know. You haven't asked.
Do you like my boobies?
You like the boobies?
So what do you want to try? What do you want to do?
You want to touch
You have to
the
do something
boobies?
different. You can't just say jokes.
Flirt with him.
Are there games in the freaking bar? Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I want to try flirting with him, but
Okay.
including games, including a game.
Okay, let me see what
What have you been
happens.
doing the whole night?
Okay. There's a ping pong table. We'll go with that. Space ping pong.
Space ping pong.
Ping
I like that
pong,
idea.
ping pong. Here
All right,
comes
yeah.
my ding dong.
No,
Here comes your mom.
that's too expensive. So you kind of walk over there. You're like, hey, I challenge you to game of ping pong. And he's like, sure. He's in bar scenes enough and things like that he's played some, or like probably more like camp, like college scenes where there's actually like ping pong going on. He's like, I have a fair game. You guys step up. Roll me a athletics check.
Oh my gosh, 21.
Wow, you have a plus 8 to your athletics. Holy cow. He rolled a natural 20 though. And as a Goliath, I think he has a plus 2 basically. Because strength. And yeah, so you roll this, or you like start doing it, and you're going hard at it. You're like, bang,
Whoa.
bang, dude, let's go. And you just
Did you
sitting
say
there like
hard?
just going hard at it. Yeah, common English.
Cock.
All right, Leah. But he like hits
Yeah,
it back.
Leah got the joke.
I did too, but it's an actual sentence.
Your mom.
Ow!
And he's just like hitting it straight back to you, just like perfect, unfazed by you, going at it. And you guys have a fairly even and tied game, pretty much. What are you gonna
You
try
guys
to do
playing
to flirt with
ping
him? You have to think of something. You can't just roll for it. You not Google. Do not
Hang on,
Google.
hang on.
Free tonight.
While Keelan Googles.
Shut up.
While Keelan Googles pickup
up.
lines.
I'm not doing a pickup line.
While she Googles ways to flirt with people over ping pong or whatever, back at the Lasarth location, there you see that they're. I imagine you guys are gathering around the showing of Fenatorath trying to teach Dragon how to do it, how to do these breath weapons and this sort of stuff. And he's gone from just like doing bah, bah, at like a wall,
Starting is like a game
and
of
he's
ping
actually
pong.
like. And he actually is like forming something. There's some sort of pattern happening, and he's like he's using this, and it's becoming quieter, but he's still using the same force. And then it clicks all of a sudden, and he does this sort of like this attack, and you see like there's a shimmer across from his back all the way up to his head, and he makes this like motion. No sound comes out of it, but there is this weird ripply line, like almost like a like the size of a piece of PVC tubing, but it is
I thought
like
you were
a
gonna
heat
say
wave.
PVC pooping.
Yeah, me too.
But it's like this. It looks like a heat wave or lensing from like a heat, and then it's just like a loud clap and bang, and then like everything around it if you're close enough to it, you feel like you're getting pulled in and pushed away, like something is like the space is collapsing itself. And you see Fenatorath like, what was that? That is not a weapon an attack I've ever seen before. He's like, I don't know. I just have it. I did it. You see she's humored by just the young excitement from him. Like,
Very cute.
that's fun. That's nice. But she's also like, this is not normal. I've not seen this before.
He's baby.
Is there anything you guys like to do in this time before we cut back to Kulana?
I'd like to do something.
What would you like to do?
Can I take Haas aside?
Sure, yeah. If you take Haas aside, he's just like, oh, what can I help you with?
So preparations for the next planet here.
Mhm.
That's soon, right? Given
Yes.
the whole situation of you moving everything.
I believe in 2 days we will be in tip-top shape for this.
In terms of security concerns, how prepared are we?
That's a little bit of a harder one. I've hired some muscle that I can trust. It's from Chasoth's organization. They're going to help us move things in and out across this area while being able to keep this whole thing a secret. Trying to keep this as limited to information as possible. But I do not have much going on around here. It's me. I do have Fenatorath. She has agreed to stay in this area. And if anything goes wrong, Fawny just agreed that he would be able to send some of his royal guards down to help us fight. But beyond that, we don't have much as in scouts or any sort of helping service down here.
If you were up for it, I could help with that. I used to lead the Lasarth garrison. You know that. I'm very awkward about this.
Like,
Way, as like
well,
I'm trying to like, as I'm
you
trying to get my
know.
point around, I'm like, so like, if you needed help,
He's like, well, I could probably use some form of leader for anyone that comes through, or just someone who knows the area especially. We can speak about that further. That might be a useful idea.
perfect. And then I just kind of like stop talking, just trying to figure
Just
out how to
awkwardly
leave this
stand there.
conversation now. Like,
He is like,
all
I'm
right.
going to get back to work now. He just like nods his head and walks back to his desk.
Yeah,
And you're like, oh.
nailed it.
Then we cut back to Kulana. What do you say to him
Kulana.
while doing Kulana? What do you say to him while playing ping pong?
Honestly, the first thing that came to my head, since I'm not a verbal.
I will translate when she's done talking.
I am not a verbal flirter.
Flordor.
Shut up.
She said that.
Shut up. Shut up.
Bladder.
I
Flirter.
am definitely more through action than anything.
So she's saying she's not a flirter by words, but by actions.
But she likes to fuck.
Okay, wait. Wait.
Ow. Watch where your feet go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Foot fetish.
No, she kicked my balls.
I'm sorry.
Ball kicking.
Hurry up.
I kind of after our game,
Okay, as I say, so you stop in the middle of a ping pong game, walk over and go.
I do tend to do that.
I know.
No, I just kind of like we're both relaxing, we're having our drink, and I just kind of like put my hand on his hand.
He lets you.
Oh, I had to roll for that.
Nope. I mean, let's have you make a.
Does he squeeze it? Does he hold my hand
You
back?
didn't say. You said you rest your hand on his hand. Make me a performance check. Let's see if you do this and show off confidence, or if this is extremely awkward. That would be a 7.
Oh,
So-
no.
Why?
So you kind of like walk over after you guys. So he did roll a natural 20, so he won. So he just like barely squeaks out a win, and you're like, blah, 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 blah. You walk over. You guys probably like lean up over the bar, looking at the sky, getting ready to head off home. And you kind of like go in. You rest a hand on his hand, but it's like really awkward and dainty, and you kind of like adjust. And he notices. He notices that you're kind of being a little awkward, but then he just like puts a hand on top of yours and like pats it.
This doesn't make me feel any better. I feel like it's more condescending, like a child. Oh, what else could I do?
I don't know, but you failed your performance checks
Oh
like
my
every single
gosh.
time to try to be
Is
sly or
there a
slick.
way? You know what? I'm gonna straight up say, this may be awkward and you can say no, but may I kiss your cheek?
Uh,
Give me
she asked to
Roll
kiss his
me.
cheek.
No!
Yeah.
Don't say
Oh,
I need you to
Awkward.
roll me a persuasion check.
Oh dear.
Aren't you good at those?
I don't know. I don't know. Can we just-
+2. You have to.
Mother fricker.
She rolled a
Oh
9.
no.
Suck.
Let's see how he feels about you.
I think Yula's not meant to date.
He puts a hand on yours. He's like, for now, I think we should just stay friends.
Damn.
I rolled a
That's what-
D100 and he hit a 96. So on percentile dice, that's really bad.
I just go, okay. It's fine.
Date failed.
Objective failed.
We'll get him next time.
Why Kaylin
We'll get 'em
rolls
next
so
time.
bad all the time?
It's so funny to me.
It's when they're needed.
I think Kaelin is the worst roller and Autumn is the best, or I guess least lucky, and Autumn's the most lucky in our team.
I think that's fair to say, yeah.
Capelli, you get some good squeaks out in your rolls, but it's
Except
never
for the
like
stealth
amazingly
ones.
good. Yeah, some of your stealth rolls are
No, but
really
when it comes
wildly
to
good.
strength, when it comes to acrobatics and like showing off with what I enjoy,
You can do it sometimes, yeah. So yeah, I imagine you guys get back
I
into the
won at
speeder.
arm wrestling.
Yeah.
I
Well,
should be
you also-
okay at dating.
You also picked the weakest out of a bunch.
No, he's a farm. He was a farm.
He was
boy.
still a
He was
giant
strong.
turtle.
Yeah, he was a giant turtle.
Turtle.
I also randomly rolled his strength and it was negative. So
Oh.
yeah, he wasn't strong.
He's still a turtle.
Yes, but he was negative.
Still strong.
Okay. So you guys basically hop back into your ship after a little bit, and you pay your little bills, and you head back to the dig site. It's getting a little closer to evening now. It's very quiet on the ride home.
Say something. So
No, you can say something you'd like.
I just go. My apologies for the awkwardness again. It's
Is-
been a very long time.
He's like, you're quite all right. I don't think this whole thing was your idea fully. I think your friends had some setting up for you.
Well, it's no secret that I do find you very enjoyable.
He's like, well, thank you, but I think right now I'm not in the place for a relationship.
That is totally okay.
And you guys ride back home awkwardly.
Does it have to be
I-
awkward?
Yes, it does.
Why? Why do you
Because-
have to make it awkward?
Because you failed all of your checks.
You did not have to make it awkward.
It's the rules.
No, you don't.
Mhm.
No, it doesn't. You're making it awkward. It's your fault.
It is me.
Stop it.
No. Back on Lasarth. Yeah, you guys see that Fenatorath goes back to her human form, her humanoid form, because it's easier to traverse the space as a human. And she kind of just walks around.
To traverse your mom as
Interesting. And she kind of like speaks with Dragon, kind of tells him. She begins telling a story of actually a council that she was a part of.
I know this one.
You know this one?
I know this story.
All right. And
I know what
she like
council.
tells the little dragon. She's like, so you call yourself Dragon because you have not given a name, but typically you would be given a name by your parents. It'd be a name from what they've seen as a wormling. So you'd still not have a name just quite yet. She says something in Draconic, which if you guys speak it, you'd understand would be basically little one or young one. You'd be called that until you were given a name. But I hope at some point we'd be able to give you a name other than Dragon, because that feels sort of demeaning to me. And he's like, I'd be fine with a name. I think I like the name Hunter. That sounds like a good name.
That's a white kid name. Don't name him Hunter. One of my elementary school bullies was named Hunter. Like it's bringing back bad
Same.
memories.
You too?
Me too.
No.
My high school bully was named Stephanie. My high school bully was Stephanie.
I find that so funny that everyone here hates hunters. I'm pretty sure I watched a YouTube video about someone saying all hunters are terrible.
No, I only
Everyone named hunters
I
a
only
terrible
met
person.
one hunter, and he was a child, and he was a nightmare.
Our hunter. Oh wait, no, that's about the group of people who hunt. I can't find it.
They're
Okay.
poo.
But yeah,
glad that my
you
parents
guys-
blessed me and didn't name me Hunter.
I took off my
That'd be
nail
hard.
polish.
You guys basically kind of take some time, like just kind of just chatting, talking about. She tells the story of her tribe where she grew up. You guys hear like it's a dragon city basically. Dragons in this universe are not they don't get stuck in one planet. They can fly interdimensionally. They can fly through space and actually like have councils and ways to
Your mom.
go places. And they have sort of like a secret location that you have to know a spell to get to, but it's another thing that inherently comes with being a dragon. And there's different locations you can access to that, or you can be to use the spell to get to the home location. She said that she's interested to go back there, but fears what she can find. And at some point, if Dragon is old enough, she'd be interested in taking him there. And Dragon, the whole time, is just like, whoa, this sounds so cool. Whoa. And so he's just excited for that idea. After a while, Haas is basically just says, well, we might want to head back to Hone for a while, get you guys back to your ships for sleeping, or if you need to head out, she kind of points at the Leeway group. It's getting fairly late over there on
Did
Hone.
we return yet?
You guys would be returning a little bit later still. And
Dang, kids out so late.
he's like, I will be able to do the portal probably twice more tonight, so don't take too long.
No.
If you all load up, unless there's anything you want to do, he basically teleports you all back to the home area.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Dragon actually basically goes, can I stay with the big dragon tonight? He probably goes
Yeah.
over to you, Capelia.
Of course,
Yes.
buddy.
He's like,
Damn, people really don't like Tex.
well, Capelia is the one that was very excited,
Ran
like
out
intruding like
on
a
Dragon during
Wait.
the show.
who. Yeah, that's fair. You also ran away. Capelia, you're the one that bought him the crickets, right?
It was
Was that-
me and Zayo, I
It was
think.
you and oh, okay. So he probably goes up to you two then, because you guys bought him food. So he's like, "Yep, you're the ones I like."
Good to know that's how the relationship was built.
Yeah, well,
You
it's
gave
just
me
like
food, I like you.
exactly. He's a cat. He walks up to you and he's like, "Can I stay here with her tonight?"
Of course you can.
He's like, "Yeah, nice. I'll be here though. If you need me, just come grab me." And he kind of like
Alright.
runs over like a little cat dog mix to Finatorath.
Cat bear rabbit thing.
She smiles. She's like, "I'd be glad to teach you, tell you," and they kind of just start talking, chatting for a little bit. You guys head back over to Hone again, and Copelia. So it's been about 5 days with Dragon, but when you teleport back to Hone, you have an incoming message from someone in the ship.
Oh.
When you open it, you don't recognize the sort of like sender. But you do realize when the opening line is, "Hey, this is such and such." I didn't give him a name. The farmer that you guys cleared the crops out of.
Oh, okay.
Your buddy, the tiger guy, came by and caused quite the ruckus
Tiger
here.
guy.
The tiger guy, huh?
Oh,
The tiger
Hunter.
guy. It's Hunter.
I immediately tell everybody.
I don't know who this Hunter is.
Were you not
What
there?
are you talking about?
Oh, you might not have been there.
Were you not there?
When you guys
Yeah,
found,
I wasn't there when we apparently got a dragon.
yeah, that's right.
Right.
When you guys found Dragon,
I
there
wasn't
was a
there.
guy that he described. He called him Hunter. That was the name he said he
It's
was
like a
given.
Leonin or something.
He was a Leonin, and when you guys were going down there, there were two slime creatures, two adult Ublexes, I think they were, and they had the form of what you guys perceived, what you guys assumed was Hunter, which was a Leonin in dragon scale armor.
Ooh, that's why we don't like Hunter.
with a big flowy cape. Hunter, that's all you know about him, but Dragon told stories of Hunter and how he was a nice guy. He brought him along. He found him alone in his nest without any other dragons around or any other eggs.
He killed the.
You don't know that.
I think he did.
You don't know that.
Do not know that.
You don't know that.
No.
And he took Dragon with him and kind of took him around, told him to stay in that pit while he went out to do something. It was like 2 weeks at that point. But then when you guys were leaving, I think it was Zio asked for the farmer you were doing this job for to clear out this cave where you found Dragon. They asked
that's what
if
we
you
did.
see a Leonin guy or see anyone come back around here, please tell them. So Capelli just got a message saying some Leonin came in and like trashed the area and threw a little fit, or not a fit, but more like was panicking. And so he thought something happened to. He said something. He said that a dragon, like he's just like off putting it off. Like I don't know what he means by that, but he said like his dragon was gone. But he's looking for something. I told him that the only people that knew about it were you guys. That did anything there was you guys.
Ah, shit.
no.
We're dead.
Dude, why did you dox us? Did we
I
get
still don't
doxed?
trust Hunter. I'm pretty sure that's like that scale armor is his parents.
That would be a very fast turnaround for armor.
It would be. Great.
Ow.
They were great.
So it looks like
He's
we
a
got
tiger!
more business to deal with.
Tony the tiger.
Tony the tiger.
So I guess we send the message back.
You can if you like, yeah.
He's
Send your
safe.
mom back.
Yeah, be safe.
And is that it?
Well, yeah, because remember Hone is watching our shit. We can't say anything too much.
Well,
it was like an independent.
that'd be a
thing,
little
I'm gonna
bit.
tell
It's a
Hunter
little bit
that I'm gonna
harder
do his mom.
for you guys that know technology. So like Tex and Copelia,
I
you
am
know
technology.
space travel. Yeah, you are technology. You know
I
that the
am
reason they
techno-
probably caught your messages out to Leeway is because you just sent it off into space very powerfully, and just like anyone could pick it up technically.
I don't like that.
Well, it's hard, but when you have the amount of money Hone does, and you probably have like repeaters services and things like that, they pick up a lot more. You have to have a lot of money and a lot of crap to do it. For this sort of communication, they would have to be specifically in the path you're sending it to, which would be very unlikely.
Oh,
Alright.
okay.
Still possible though.
So I guess we kind of send a message like, "Thank you for letting us know. If he comes back, please let us know."
Wait, or we could just pop by now and be like,
Yeah.
we can always, yeah, we can pop by as well. You want to pop by? Visit the farmer?
yeah.
See the massacre of rats?
Great fertilizer. Great fertilizer.
Great fertilizer. He supplied fertilizer for weeks, months.
Yeah, do you guys want to go back? I'll say that Arcelis and Kulana come back. You see they're a little quiet as they load into the ship.
I'm just kind of like,
He didn't get laid, guys.
They show up, they get out of the vehicle, and we're all just like, oh, shit.
Crap.
Dang, all right.
Arcelis is just like, it was great talking to you guys again. I'm going to head back to Yuffie and Vasilix for now.
never dating again.
Kulana just leans into Copelia and says that.
What if those two dated?
Hey, Capelli, you want to go out?
Sure, why not?
My husband left me.
Kelly is playing all along.
you guys basically, if you guys do, it's like getting to 5, 6 o'clock ish time. You could fly over to the
Goodness.
farmer if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. I don't think he met anyone else besides me and. Oh no, because we all.
Well, yeah,
all
he
in the
saw
beginning
you
went,
all.
right?
He saw you
Okay.
all. He knows who all went
Got it.
there. But
Alright,
he didn't
yeah.
really speak to anyone besides you and Zio.
All right.
Yeah, if you guys fly back,
Yeah,
it's
go
about
over.
an hour and a half flight over there. You guys pop over. You see that it's not like his door seems to be like kicked in.
Oh no.
But it's not like destroyed. It's like it was kicked in like in panic. And there's some heavy boot tracks. You see the farmer's kind of sitting out on his patio, just on his rocking chair, just relaxing.
Ignoring the door that got broken down.
He sees you land and he's like, "Well, nice to see at least a friendly face nearby. What can I help you with?"
Yeah.
Well, do you know where we went?
I don't know. He was on some sort of speeder. It seemed to be a little bit more of a high tech one, so it probably could fly and maybe even have interstellar travel. But he went off towards the equator.
Good to know. The door.
He kicked it in the panic. He was calling and shouting and hollering, but I was too slow for him, I guess, so he kicked my door in.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's a wooden door. It's not much.
How much can we pay him for the wooden door?
A wooden door like that would cost like 10 gold.
Okay, good. I'm giving him 10 gold then.
He's like, "Well, thank you. I probably have a spare in the back, to be fairly honest."
Well, you can replace your spare then.
Well, I guess so. Not really. I don't really keep much fancy stuff for myself. It's things like this happen all the time, so I just keep it as is. The real expensive stuff's in the back. Oh, if you want to see that stuff, I got a nice tractor.
Is
I
it
like
John
that.
Deere?
Does this imply that he just like doesn't fix the door? He wouldn't have fixed the door.
Probably. He'd like.
Is that
He'd
what
like.
this is implying?
Basically, yeah. He just shut it, and it would just swing open. He's like, gotta get a lock, like one of those little latch locks.
Why does that sound like my dad?
Please replace the door. Oh my god. Oh no.
He's like,
Okay.
yeah, he was definitely a Leonin. Big old suit of fancy armor. It was sort of sparkly. It was magical. But he went off. He didn't seem angry, but more concerned. More like a worry. And also, what does he mean by dragon?
I have no
Oh,
idea.
it's just some nickname he has for his kid. His kid.
You stole his kid?
No,
We didn't steal
no, it's his
anything
pet.
from this
Like
guy.
a pet.
It's a friend of ours who's looking for his son, but he ran
Like a
away
pet.
looking for the kid. We haven't seen him since.
Roll me a deception check real quick.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say like, there's no way you're letting me go. without
No,
a deception check, are you?
you're making up a lie, and Kulana's sitting there too.
That's a 12.
He rolled a 10, so you're good. He's like, it does sound weird to him. He's like, you folks live a very strange life. Well, I'll look out for a little tiger too, I guess. I guess it makes more
you.
sense why he was panicking to kick down my door.
Thank you so much. And again, sorry about the door.
Yeah. He's just kind
How
of
are
goes
the
back.
rats doing at least?
He's like, well, they kind of sunk into the mud a little bit further. I should be able to replant it once it comes down to a little bit more of a dry season. But for
I thought
now,
home was always dry. Why is there mud?
he has water from the earth. It's like a natural springs underground. When it dries up over a period of time, it'll become more dirt-like.
Your mom's more
Does that sound real? Is that believable?
That's a good dang answer.
Mm,
But yeah, he's like, they'll stay in there. Stop making so much noise.
Good. And I guess with that, we take our leave.
Yeah, probably.
Unless anyone else wants to speak with the farmer.
Why don't we follow the footsteps?
There's no footsteps. He was on a
You
speeder.
said
No,
you
there
said
was
there was
bootsteps.
maybe foot-
There's bootsteps from the cave in the mud to his house, like big footsteps.
Oh.
Then they like go out to the front yard and then just stop. So you imagine he
Well-
took a bike or a speeder or something.
You guys want to go to the area that the farmer said he went down?
Off to the equator.
He went towards the equator. That is not like
That's a big place.
that is
right?
not like a town. That is
Yeah, but, like-
he went to the north part of the planet, as in anywhere north.
Exactly. We can go find him.
You
Let's go north.
you want to try? How would you like to track him down?
Let me just look up the U.S. search for what they do with search and
How
rescue.
to
and then we'll
find a
just do
dragon
that.
lion boy?
How to find lion.
Well,
Step
I
by
think
step wiki how, please.
I think that'll have to be something you guys have to think about for next time, because it is now 9:55, and I have to get Keelan out of here and take out the trash. So, I will be ending stream here. Thank you again so much for watching, everyone. Oh, if you guys did enjoy, make sure you follow wherever you're watching. Go to kbob.com/socials to find out everywhere where I am. And sorry for the chaos. Have a good rest of your night, everyone.